Hello, I'm Bood and welcome to my Journeyman adventure, my weekly Journeyman adventure, the road to anywhere. As always, thanks for joining me. I really do appreciate it. You're an absolute legend. Why you're here, why not help support me, the series and my channel by smashing that like button. And if you really want to help support me, you can always pledge to my Patreon. Thank you very much. You're a beast, a legend. I hope you're well, by the way. This whole coronavirus thing is everywhere, so you just worry about people. So hopefully my subscribers, who are the most important people after my family, I hope you're all alright. So let me know how you're doing. But yeah, we are here still in Argentina. It's season 2 with Estudiantes de La Plata. Yeah, I had a great first season. It was more about getting a feel from our players, trying to improve the squad. We did alright with some money, and then just seeing how it all worked really. And I think I've got my head around it, especially now. Now I've played season 2, that is, and it's been a lot of fun. I can't lie, I've really enjoyed it. So hopefully you're going to enjoy this season as much as I did. Have we been successful? Have we improved? I think we find out together. Let's just address something while I'm here. You may have seen this new setup of mine in other videos this week, maybe. The reason being for this is I totally understand how microphones work, hopefully, and they do work better when they're in your face. I used to have a blue snowball, which I still do own. I used to have that on camera. You may or may not remember that. But I just felt sometimes with microphones in your face, it just kind of annoyed me a little bit. So I've always kind of just set it off camera. But I do know that affects my audio. I've had the odd comment over the last 12 months or so. So I just thought I'd try and address it, try and get the audio bang on, and just change things up a little bit. So this is the new me. You have to get used to it. It does look like I've got a big black dildo in my face. But it is what it is. I finished the year with quite a bit of money, and I maybe I've put a bit of pressure on this club because, as you know, I like to stretch out my finances. And if you look here, I have stretched out my finances. I've got a big shortlist, and there's a lot of wonder kids, a lot of good young players, and I've signed quite a few. Now I've sold off a few players, some of them more experienced professionals, and I'd say like 2.3, 2.5 million is like 3 million, is like the average price of most players in this division, and that's the kind of price I've got for a lot of my decent players. As you can see, I mean, he was a good player. He's getting on a bit. Carlos, he's 31, but he was a good player. Geniat was the captain when I took over. He's 25, so he's not too old. Basically just trying to bring in money, and a lot of this I did in June. So it was like making sure I could sell some players, and then I'd buy some players, sell some players, buy some players. First off, we've brought in Mr. Misael Maidana, who is a wonder kid. We got from Velez. 2 players I've got from them, and he's a centre half, a good young prospect of a centre half. I do like young prospects. Next, we've got a defensive midfielder, Fabrizio Ricci, who I really like the look of. Again, another wonder kid. I've got tons on that shortlist. There's loads that won't come. There's loads that would come, but the team won't sell them to me. And then there's loads I could get. So he's another one who I won't say really is a wonder kid, but I'll take it. Defensive midfielder from Colon, the bum old team. Next up is my second player from Velez. Please help me out. It's Maximiliano. Freaking love this name. Maximiliano Rodriguez. Handsome chap, 19 years old. Central midfielder who can cover as a defensive midfielder. What I've done with a lot of these is they're worth, like, say they're worth 2 million. You put a suggested bid in, and they come back with, we'll have 9 million or we'll have 10 million, and then just spread it out. I'll give him like 2 million or 2.5 million. Then I'll give him 2.5 million once they've played 50 games. I'll give him maybe 1.5 million when they've played 20 international games. I'll give him the next lot of money when they've scored 50 goals, which, unless they're a striker, it's going to take forever to pay that. And I'll usually, because I'm stupid, I'll give him very high percentage deals on the next transfer, like 30, 40, 50% to sweeten the deal and get the deal going through. That's how you do it, man. That's how I roll. Next up from a team I can't really pronounce, Telerez, I think it is. It's someone I'm very happy with. Now, we got a decent left winger last year. I've got a great right winger, don't forget, who's still unhappy and wants to leave, but he's not going anywhere just yet. But I wanted a bit more depth, and we managed to get this kid, another wonder kid, Ruben Vargas, who I am so excited about. Hopefully he's going to have a big career here at Estudiantes. Oh, the wonder kids don't stop here. No, they do not stop here. we've got a shit ton this year. We've got Nicholas Garcia, 20-year-old from Godoy Cruz, or Godoy. I've no idea. I'll just make it up. Brilliant player. I mean, I've got a good young striker. He is a wonder kid who I didn't think looks like a wonder kid. He's finishing it too great. We had a good season last year. Well, this kid hopefully is going to come in and become my new star striker. Well excited. Now, he's at the top of the list, but he's not technically going to be my last player. It is Gonzalo Caraballo. Love it. Centre half. He's promising centre back, although I think he's just as good as some of these wonder kids that are knocking about. But apparently he's not a wonder kid. We got him from Newell's, who were the champions last year. So I was quite shocked that they said yeah. What's good about it is he can cover at left back and right back. Happy days. Now at this point I wasn't finished. I wasn't happy with my fullbacks, but I was running out of money and I couldn't really improve them completely. I would have loved a new right back and a left back and get rid of some of the shit that I've got. But the most I could do is go for Gabriel Muson, who is a young right back. So at this moment, at the start of the season, I'm still trying to get this deal done. I do get it done. And that's my bid up there. And I think he's a good player. Again, he's not a wonder kid, but he can't all be wonder kids. There's a lot, though. There's a lot. So I was excited to get him in because the team's starting to look good. Even at the end of this year, I might lose a couple of players, but the first part of the team I think I would address at the end of this season would be my fullbacks and then plug any gaps because there's definitely going to be some gaps come the end of the year. So financially, we still look okay because I've brought in quite a bit and obviously I've spent a lot, but we don't have to pay that off yet. Forget about it. It's like a credit card, isn't it? Put it all on the credit card. But the club's alright, man. We're looking good. The board are pretty sweet. Obviously, they've improved a lot while I've already been here in one season. We're doing the training facilities again and the youth facilities. They'll all be completed in November. Obviously, we're expanding the stadium. That'll be completed at the end of October. That's going to take us from a 30k to a 38k stadium, which is brilliant. Hopefully, great for us financially. Get a few more fans in behind the team. So I'm buzzing with that. Now, don't forget, we're obviously in the league, but it's not started yet. And then obviously the other cups are carrying over from last year. So we're still in the Copa Argentina. We're in the 6th round of that. We're going to be playing all boys. It's weird in how it carries over, but it is quite cool in a way. And then obviously we're in the Copa Libertadores, the Champions League still. We've got Flamengo in the 2nd round. So all them going to kick off in the summer, I think, which is a bit weird, but it is what it is. I don't know what the score is then, because obviously you're going to get to the end of your league season, you buy your players, but you're coming in halfway through a Champions League season, so it's going to affect your squad, or can you change your squad at that point? I'll have to wait and see. So these are the predictions from the bookies, and even though River and Boca went off the boil last year and a few of us took over, you've still got them at the top, but they're the biggest teams, they're the biggest history. They've changed the managers. Newell's got a new manager because their manager's left and he went to one of the other big teams. Boca got a new manager, River got a new manager, but they were all shit last year. Our arch rival, Gymnasia, they've got a new manager, so that's quite exciting. We've got 2 key players, which I'm buzzing about. That's Walter Molinas, is the youngster who played up front for us last year. He's going to have some competition this year. But yeah, top 3. I want to just put up a title challenge. We got top 4 last year. That's what I keep on getting better. Quick check in on the squad depth. My goalkeepers, I know the star rating ain't great, but I like both of them. I think they're both good young keepers. I'm going to let them try and develop a bit more. It's me fullback. So at left back, we've got Marquez, who's 29, and he's the only player who's not Argentinian now. I'm going full on Argy, to full on Argy Bargy here at Estudiantes. So he's the only foreigner. He's alright, but I want to do better. I want better. We've got Gonzalez, who's not the quickest. He's alright. So yeah, I'd like more. But it's the right back I'm trying to improve. We've got Noberto, I love that name. He's alright, he's pretty decent, 25 years old. And then we've got Mandriel, who I'm not really happy with, to be fair. He's a defensive midfielder anyway, so I need that right back. I need some more quality there. Central defence, we're doing okay. I'll show you the main guys. We've got Raul Silvier, who's a beast. Look how good he is. Uruguayan. So there, I'm lying. We've got more players who are not Argentinian. Anyway, Ricky's the new boy. You've seen him in defensive midfield. Romero, great player, still a wonder kid. Signed him last year. Had a great first season. It's got a minimum free release clause. Keep your eye out for that. Brilliant. Oh, it's not great. Rabello. Ruggiero. It's great if you're a Mancunian with all these O's. Winger wise, still good. Obviously, we've got the new boy on the left, as well as Fernandez, looking strong. It's the right wing. When he's knackered, Mr. Sergio, we haven't got much depth, so that's another position I might need to address. I might need 2 new right wingers next year because I'm going to have to make a decision. He's got another season with us, and then he'll have another year left on his deal. He wants to leave. I could probably get big money for him, to be fair, from a European team, but I don't want to lose him on a free. So next summer I might have to actually think about trying to cash in on him. And then going forward, obviously we've got Molinas, who's a wonder kid. The one I said his finishing ain't great. It's still good enough for me. And obviously we've got the new guy. He's not even a new guy. Who's he? Stefan Vill. I forgot about him. I've got 3 wonder kid strikers. Where's my new one? Bloody hell. I'm stacked. Staff-wise, we're still looking okay. They would not let me expand it anymore though this season. Kept asking them all year and they just wouldn't have it. Quick checking on my coaching team because I had to edit this bit out of my last one because I had too much going on. And I've got, it's weird. I'm usually quite happy with 2 fitness and 3 goalkeeping, 1 for every slot really. But to get the best, I've had to use coaching slots on extra ones. So I've needed 3 fitness coaches. So I'm guessing a lot of the teams in Argentina have got lots of fitness coaches and lots of goalkeeping coaches because I've had to have 4 keeper coaches as well. It is what it is. My coaching team's pretty good. I'd like it to be a bit better, but it's still the best in the league, and that's all that matters. It's the best in the league. It'll give us an advantage. So obviously the seasons carry over on each other. So we've played some games at the end of last year thinking of friendly, but I'm forgetting that. Clean slate, here we are. And I've set up a friendly that's got put on TV at our place against my beloved Manchester United. That'd be pretty cool. And then the season's starting at the business end straight away. 6th round of the Cup, and then we go straight to the Champions League. And then, in between the Champions League, the Superliga kicks off against Racing Club, who are a pretty good team. And then we've got Boca. Bloody hell. So yeah, exciting times. Let's jump forward and find out what the frick went on. Well, let's start with the Cup. The Copa Argentina. And of course, you knew we were playing at All Boys. We're playing them away. 2 goals from us in a game we absolutely dominated. Should have been about 10-0. Got us through to the next round. Not quarter-final. It's the 7th round. Wowzers. There's a lot of rounds in this. If you start at round 1 and you get to the final, wowzers. That's some achievement. Anyway, 2-1 against San Lorenzo. We're a pretty decent team, to be fair. It was a battle. It was a definite battle, but we made it. And we made it to a game at home, which I was buzzing with, against Quilmes. Battered them and actually put the ball in the back of the net. Medina scoring his freaking couple of worldies in like 2 seconds apart. So yeah, absolutely buzzing with this. And we got through to the semi-final. Come on! Against a good team that had a lot of good young players. I mean, I signed 2 wonder kids off them in the summer, and they had about another 10 wonder kids. I nearly got one of their players, like an attacking midfielder. I think it's Lopez, but I never got him in the end. But yeah, we did actually batter him on the pitch, but it went to penalties, and we were lucky enough to scrape our way through to a final. Now I've got a good record and in cup finals. I've won the Finnish Cup, the Greek Cup, a couple of Croatian Cups, 3 Croatian Cups. Could he add to my list? No, I couldn't. No, I freaking couldn't. They went 1-0 up. Game was boring, by the way. Not a lot happened. Then we got back into it, and then it went to penalties, and we lost penalties. No, like you do. So yeah, no Copa Argentina final for me this year. But could I have more luck in the Champions League? Well, no. We played Flamengo, obviously Brazilian team. I've got the Brazilian kits. I just don't want to work. I need to look into that. But yeah, we played Flamengo and got beat at home. So we had to do some kind of miracle in Brazil. Well, there was no miracle, but at least we didn't get beat. My right winger, who's just constantly moaning, got us the goal and got a man of the match. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're some way off. We're some way off, really, aren't we? I've got a young team here. It's the kind of thing I need to put a couple of years into. I feel like, because I think we could become something very special, especially if I keep the majority of this team together. But the minute on the continental stage, nearly said European, yeah, we've got somewhere to go. So we're out of those 2 cups for now. They will start again very soon, though. Don't forget, it's weird. But when it came to the league, we were doing okay. We were 2nd in the league, a point above River. Boca in 4th. Last year's champions were in 7th, but They were 5th this time last year, ended up coming out of nowhere and winning the league. I did not have my eyes on them last year, and they won the league, which was insane. Racing Club, I did mention they're a good team, and they're showing it this year. But there's not much between us. Goal difference is close. They've just drawn 2 less games than we have. Garcia is the 2nd highest goal scorer in the league, which I'm buzzing with. Romero is the 2nd best player. Don't forget Romero. Minimum fee release clause, Romero. I've got a guy on the assist charts as well. I mean, this is a good young team, man. And the tactics doing okay, in my opinion. We just need time to maybe grow. A couple more additions. And we're a season away, I feel like, being something awesome. Defensively, I don't think we're as good maybe as last year. But then I've lost a bit of experience. But I've replaced it with players who I think will be better eventually. But like I said, I think my fullbacks are a little bit weak. Maybe need a better goalkeeper. I don't know. There's a few things I want to do. Will I be able to do them though? Will I have the money to do them? Maybe not. Going forward though, at this moment we're the best. 42 goals. We are looking good. I've got 3 wonder-kid strikers taking turns. I've got 3 fantastic wingers and some very good central midfielders. I think it shows. I know my weakest side of the team is defensively, and I think it shows in the stats. But you know, slowly catching monkey. Rome was not built in a day. A quick look at some of the fixtures, and we actually started off brilliantly. Beating Racing Club, who are now top of the league. We beat Boca, which is awesome. We didn't get beat until we played River Plate. Now River Plate, obviously I've never even given this a second thought. They're named, well, the English term, because it's like Riviera de la Plata or something like that. The bay near there, it's all in Spanish obviously, isn't it? Argentinians speak Spanish. But for some reason, when the club was getting formed, I don't know what it was, they had some boxes delivered and it had the English writing on it, and they decided to call the team River Plate after the English writing, not the Spanish writing, which is weird. But anyway, it is what it is. So they beat us and went another fantastic run until the current champions beat us, Newell's, 1-0 away. So we've done really well. We've got a long way to go. You know, if we stayed top 2, it'd be great. That's what keep pushing for that title as much as possible and improve. Finances are dwindling. You don't get a lot of money coming in, but it is what it is. I'm fine with that. You do have to maybe sell, and that's what I was thinking. Maybe my right winger who's unhappy. He's got a lot of interest from big teams. I've turned down a lot of big bids for him. It's just a matter of time before my board accepts one of them bids. So just get that extra season out of him now. And then I'll probably cash in on him, hopefully. Maybe get 10-15 million from the European team, and then hopefully use that money to fill the gaps in my team, because I've got a feeling I won't have as much money at the end of this year as I did at the end of last year. One great thing though is the Georges Louis Hershey Stadium in La Plata is now 38,000 8,000 seats though. How mad's that? I bet it just rocks that place, doesn't it? Everyone jumping about. Fantastic. I'd love to go there now. I really want to go to Argentina. And I always thought, you know, go Buenos Aires, go and see the 2 big stadiums, but I'd probably definitely get on a bus now, go down and see that stadium. I've always done that. Whenever I go around travelling, or I used to work all over the country, wherever I was, it didn't matter if it was a Premier League team or a non-league team. If they had a football club, like I remember going touching Mansfield Stadium, but I've also been and touched Villa Park. Do you know what I mean? So this is my squad arranged by average rating at the halfway point. And we have got some great players here. Don't forget Romero, Mr. Minimum Fee Release Clause. He's a good player. I'm kind of hinting here. I think you know what's going to happen in the month of January. Missy Medina, great player. Where my goals coming from? Mr. Nicolas Garcia. What a player he is. So happy to have bought him. He's definitely pushed the other guy out a little bit, Mr. Molinas, but you need that quality and depth. And the fact that we're quite a young team, I mean, if we change to general info, yeah, sorry, I've got Uruguay. From a distance, I don't wear glasses, they can look quite similar. But if we go to age, look how young this team is. You've got these two are probably getting on a bit. You know, I've got work to do. Hopefully I can do it. So this is one of my shortlists. It's my main one, really, the default one. It's just younger Argentinian players based in Argentina, or they were when I initially started scouting them. And this is all I'm using. And there's loads of good players in here. But the thing is, there'll be some good players in here you're never going to get. Like River players, even though they want to come, River won't sell them. Boca won't sell them. You have to go to the like smaller teams. But you can get deals done. You can go up for some of these players. Like I said, just put a suggested bid in. If they come back with 20 odd million, I ignore it. But if it's about 10, which a lot of them usually are, you just give it them. Broken down with maybe an extra million on top and some future transfer incentives. And Slavan Bilic is still doing the business, going for their 4th title on the run. I got 2 back-to-back. He's trying to get 2 back-to-back. And he's doing pretty well, hasn't he? Not been beat. Well, it's now the 1st of April, and I've come to this main page because it gives you a lot of information in one go. So let's start with the league, which we are still second in. Look at that. Cheeky. Boca are snapping at our heels, only a point behind us. We're 5 points off the top, but, you know, there's still a lot to play for. River. The Newells. River have gone off the boil since we turned up, haven't they? They must have just had that last peak, won that league, and then we've turned up and something's bad's happened to them. Newells aren't doing it this year, but anything can happen in this league. It's a good league, but I think it's between us 3. Racing Club are clear favourites. Now, don't forget, it's halfway through the league season, but when it comes to the cup competitions, they've started again. So we are in the Copa Libertadores group stage. At this point, we've played 3 and won 3 and won all games 3-0. 3-0, 3-0, 3-0. All the 3s. Smell my cheese. Yeah. So we're doing all right in that. Botafogo, a good team, aren't they? So hopefully we can get through there. And then the Copa Argentina, the FA Cup basically. And win the 5th round against those. So yeah, exciting. And one of those punches was, of course, the loss of Nicolas Romero. He's now worth 34 million, although we only got 6.75 million for him. So after 1.5 seasons with us, he only cost me about 500 grand. He's still a wonder kid. I'm absolutely devastated. He was the best player in the league. Yep, he was #1 player in the league. And he's still the #1 player in the league, even though he left 3 months ago. Let's start with the Champions League, and it's the Copa Libertadores. Love this, love the trophy itself. Would like to win this, especially with Estudiantes. And we played 6-1-6. We didn't win the rest of the games. 3-0, unfortunately. That would have been lovely, wouldn't it? As you can see, but we did pretty well. Beating Botafogo twice and not conceding, I think, is some achievement in itself. So yeah, really, really happy with that. Obviously, we're going to go through. We're going to be drawn against another Brazilian side, which ain't easy, especially because they're top of the league. Over to the Cup, and of course we're in the 5th round against a team I can't really pronounce. I'm not even going to try. We beat them 3-0, destroyed them. Should have been 20 million nil. And next year, we'll be playing these morons in the next round, 18th in the Superliga. So hopefully we can... Do you know what? I want to win this. I want to win Summit. Can I win the league? No, we can't. Racing Club stayed at the top. Fair play. They were the better team this year. Only just 4 points in it, but we have improved. Boca with 3rd, Independiente 4th. Last year's champions 8th. Shows you what this league's all about. River 5th. But who cares about everyone else? Well, our arch rivals, by the way, bottom of the league, got relegated. But we've improved. We've gone from 4th to 2nd, which is an improvement. We lost 10 games last year. This year we lost 5. So yeah, and we lost the best player in the league, who finished the best player in the league, even though he only played half a season. And I didn't replace him. I just took the money and thought, sack it, let's just keep on fighting through. We've got 2 million in the bank, 10 million to spend. I'm overspending on wages. I need to tweak that by 20 grand. I'm gonna have to sell. But obviously, players are going. I'm gonna sell a couple, sell a big one. Hopefully, I'm gonna try and not make a backward step. And this is my final squad arranged by average rating. Ricky, brilliant debut season for us. Great little defensive midfielder. Where's Sergio? Who's after Sergio? He's unhappy again, isn't he? Who wants him now? There we go. The big boys have come back. So you've got Dortmund, Bayern, Atletico Madrid, Sevilla. Racing Club, he ain't going there. Shut up. I mean, a lot of my players are wanted. But he's the only one I'm really going to try and sell who I don't want to sell. The other 2 I'm selling because they're old and average. And hopefully we can cash in, get some money. Like I said, buy some good young players. Or win that league. Or win something next year. Well, there we have it. That is the end of year 11. Our 2nd season with Estudiantes de La Plata in Argentina. In South America. I'm enjoying it. Hopefully you're still enjoying it enough to stick with the series and come back next week. But to also smash that like button and maybe even become a patron of mine. Help support the channel that little bit more. But yeah, hopefully you're enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. There's a lot still to do here, and that's why I'm enjoying playing this every week. I really just want to play it and play it and play it. But yeah, thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to watch it. I really do appreciate the support with this series. I really do. It's a bit different than most things. So thank you if you're still enjoying it. And hopefully, like I said earlier, I hope you and your family are safe. this whole corona thing. Got quite a lot of people worried, so yeah, hopefully you're safe. If you ever want to talk to me about anything, just get in touch. And yeah, I'm Bood. I'll see you next week.